I'm fixing to go live. What? You going to bed? No, you can't. Because I'm doing it with my buddy Jesse. I'm gonna say hi real quick.
Hey,
You should be in bed though. Oh, I got the notification real quick. That's the fastest I've ever got a notification from you.
live and in color, live in color. Magic, Magic Game Room, Magic's Game Room is the first commenter live. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everywhere across Midgard, we are live here on Midgard Musings. Hey there, Matt and Ivy's here. Yeah, I'm thinking your wife's name too, but yeah, Ivy's here. So hey, Ivy, say hi to everybody.
Just gonna say hi.
Hi.
Hey, yeah, good stuff. So we got Magic's Game Room, Patrick Walsh, of course, Matt from Odin's Beard Woodworking is here live with us tonight. This is going to be a fun, undetermined length of time for us to be live streaming here on. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Matt from Odin's Beard Woodworking for being here. You guys be sure to check out Matt on all of his social media. He's got, obviously YouTube. He's got Twitch. He's got Facebook. He's got Instagram. He's got Twitter. I think he's got pretty much every social media platform available. Thank you, Magic's Game Room says, love the new background. It's the new brand logo for Midgard Musings, practicing the old ways in modern times. So that's the spiel. That's the deal. For everybody tuning in, listening, and watching, thank you so much for your support. This is a fundraiser live stream. We are, like I said, here for an undetermined length of time because we got some really cool stuff to do tonight. The purpose of the live stream is to help raise some money for my in-laws to move into their new home. For those folks that may be new to the channel or just tuning in and not aware, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law are relocating from where they live now to a house that is just a few doors down from where my wife and I live. It's an upgrade, to say the least. And where they're, the place that they're going to be moving into, we are just shy of their financial goal. We're a few $100s shy of our financial goal. So to help with that, Matt over here at Odin's Beard Woodworking has so generously donated some really awesome hand-carved and handmade items for you guys to purchase, and then all of the proceedings of that, like all the money that's raised during the purchase, aside from like the shipping costs, everything, 100% of that is going to go back to my in-laws for that. So for those that want to help out, in the pinned post is the PayPal information. Yeah, the PayPal information is up here. I'm going to try and share with you guys the GoFundMe as well, because it's something that helps my in-laws directly, but we want to try to get as much as we can to them through you guys getting something as well. We've got a rune set, we've got a pocket altar, we've got some really nice rune necklaces that Matt carved as well, and a Mjolnir, a wooden Mjolnir that he carved. So I just posted in the live chat the GoFundMe link if you guys want to help them. So Magic's Game Room says that they were the one that helped set up Matt's Twitch stuff. Yeah. So really awesome, cool. Glad to have you here.
What I was telling you about.
Yeah, we were talking a bit offline about you, and you did a great job. So really appreciate that.
Go to bed. It's bedtime, honey. You will be.
So everybody that's tuned in and watching, that's got 4 people here. Please share the live stream, because we are live now and we want to get as many people as we can joining and being a part of this. I'm not sure if we'll get some additional guests joining us here on the live broadcast. We may. You never know. You never know who may pop in and say hello. But yeah. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to kind of just leave this open here. Like I said, open for discussion. Anybody have questions, anything they want to talk about? But I'm going to post in the live chat what we've got. Yeah, dance party. Let's get it. Come on. Shake it. You know what I'm saying? Get in it.
I'll dance for money.
Dance for money.
$1 tip.
Right?
All right, you need to go to bed though. Yeah, school's starting back here in a couple weeks. Remember
it's
our new
school
routine
season.
starts
Ivy,
now.
I'm telling you, you gotta get your rest. You gotta get your rest because when school starts, you need all of the good sleep and the good rest that you can get.
I never have a good
school.
sleep when I have to go to school.
Why?
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Oh.
you gotta be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for school. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready to learn all the new fun things at school.
Learning.
Why do you hate learning?
Oh,
Math.
You just don't like math?
I hate. Let me tell you,
Math.
I hate math too. I've hated math my whole life, and I'm almost 40.
Not
But
bad
it's
stuff, please.
you need it sometimes, and there's important things about it. So you're
Math
not
is very
alone.
useful.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Math is how we do. That's how Dad runs his business, is with math. Do you know that?
Yep.
You're not
100%.
going to find math on my carving table. That's all the computer stuff that Dad has to do. Is that
It's
your TV?
important. It's all
Ivy
behind the
Group's
scenes
TV.
important. Nice. Is that
It's an old school TV.
that old
It's one Dad
100
used to have.
1,000-pound box?
Daddy drew one and then I drew mine.
She copied mine because I drew
Yeah.
one.
That's how the TVs were, man. Like that's how the TVs used to be. They weren't flat screens. They were these big, gigantic boxes that weighed 1,000,000 pounds. You know, and once you sit them somewhere, that's where they stayed forever.
How heavy?
My first big TV was a 45-inch TV. It
Yeah.
was 253 pounds.
Jeez,
That's what I'm saying, man.
that's heavy.
It
It had the
is.
surround sound speakers in the bottom of it. You know, it was 5 foot tall with the 43-inch, screen in it.
Yeah.
And then all the other stuff.
I think
About this wide.
You had to add speakers, to connect to it that were like, 50 pounds a piece
It was.
each.
12,
hmm
12 for you.
Yeah, it had 12-inch speakers in the bottom of it, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's humongous.
It was.
You saw.
I do.
So
but
thank
don't
you
have
all
a
for
camera, so-
tuning in and watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it around.
Yep, it's time for you to go.
7 live viewers. Let's get up into the double digits. You already know what the deal is. Need to get some people in here. First thing I want to call attention to is the I don't know if we're going to be able to see it too well, but it's the summer solstice rune set. There we go. Thank you, Matt. The Elder Futhark rune card that comes with this summer solstice rune set. Now the cool thing about this rune set, aside from the fact that Matt made it, is that it was made, I believe, right around Father's Day.
On Father's Day, yep.
On Father's Day. Thank you, Matt.
With
They
summer
are they resin, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're this really cool. I'm going to do my best to try and get the, view for you guys. It's going to be.
Here's the color.
Yeah, there's the color of them. Matt's going to help me out with the color, but they're all shaped in the exact same way. They are Elder Futhark runes. They were made during the summer solstice on Father's Day.
Here's the shape.
The PayPal link, Patrick, hold on. Let me drop it down here in the live chat as well. Thunderhorse, hail and welcome to the live stream. The PayPal link that I just posted is how those of you who wish to help. I'm going to try to keep track of everything here on the side, but the summer solstice rune set that I just mentioned, this rune set comes with the rune card, just like Matt just just shared. It also comes with a Hair's Embrace sticker. All right, so let me see if there you go. Thank you, Matt. Do you have a shield wall sticker as well? Because that's the Hair's Embrace sticker, and we've also got a really large shield wall sticker. Here we go. I got it, Matt. And Matt's got one too. So there you go. So we've got an Hair's Embrace sticker, a shield wall sticker, and a bloat bowl, a wooden bloat bowl. Because, you know, when you're doing bloat and when you're casting runes and everything, what better way to do all that than with a really nice wooden bowl? So we've got a wooden bowl. We've got a rune set that Matt made during the summer solstice. We've got 2 stickers. And that is all in total. This whole thing is like a package deal. $50. Now, as a reminder, everything that we every amount aside from shipping, so $50 minus the shipping, all of that is going to my in-laws to help them with moving expenses. The next item that we have on the list is a pocket altar, an Odin pocket altar. So here is Odin. He's about 3 inches tall, I'd say, between 2 to 3 inches tall, somewhere around that vicinity.
They start at 3 inches, so
3 inches. Yeah, I would say that, you know, like the width of my hand. I don't have very large hands, so he's probably every bit of 3 inches, maybe 3.5.
That is a 3-inch block. Here's a block.
South Preparations Church, Alabama. Hold on, Patrick. Hold on. Let me hold on, Patrick, before you do anything. Let me that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. Hold on just a minute, please, Patrick. Don't
click that link.
Don't click the link. Oh, wow.
So
my link tree is broke. Hold on. Hold the phone.
That's not good.
Hold the freaking phone, y'all. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna get you guys the right link. I mean, nothing to let me hold on. Let me get rid of that because we definitely don't want that. Patrick, thank you for calling that out. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here. That is the link. For some reason, my link tree needs to be updated.
My comments aren't working.
Southminster Presbyterian Church. Maybe they need it, but I need to fix my my link tree. Hold the phone. Hold on.
Yeah, I just clicked it. Oh no. The new one is up.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat. That's weird. I grabbed that directly from my link tree. There's some tomfoolery afoot.
The new
So
one
let me
goes?
just say, huh?
Thunder Horse? He said that he just clicked it and it went to the church again.
Yeah. So guys, don't click that link. I've removed it from the chat and I've removed it from the pinned posts. I'm updating the pinned post.
Goes here.
Yes, that's the right one.
Okay.
That's the right one. All right. So I've replaced the pin post with that. That's the correct link. For some reason, my link tree is broken. I need to fix that. Thank you, Patrick and Thunderhorse, for catching that.
That makes
because as nice as the Presbyterian people or whoever may be, they are definitely not. That ain't me. Patrick just sent $30. Thank you, Patrick. So Patrick, I guess the Odin pocket altar is $30. So Patrick just scored a pocket altar So the pocket
Yeah,
alter's off. Pocket alter's off limits. Patrick, this is yours. So make sure that I get your shipping information for that. Thank you so much for the help and the donation. So here's what's on the table now. Awesome. All right. So here's what's on the table now. We still have the rune set, the bowl, the rune set card, the shield wall sticker, and the Air's Embrace sticker. Once again, these are cast resin runes made on Father's Day, right, Matt?
Yeah, Father's Day was the summer solstice this year. It was
Okay. So that not only
awesome
was
big
it the
thing.
summer solstice, yeah. So you got a double whammy there. So you got a summer solstice, Father's Day, / Father's Day resin rune set. You got a shield wall sticker, you got an Air's Embrace sticker, and you got a wooden bloat bowl for $50. Send it to that link if you want that. And then we've got 3 necklaces. I'm gonna do my best to share and show what we've got for those. Thank you, Patrick, though. Every little bit helps. So here's the what do we got here? Here's the Kenaz rune necklace. Try and share it as best I possibly can. There you guys go. So this is a hand-carved wooden necklace, wooden pendant with the Kenaz rune. Kenaz meaning, the torch, fire, illumination, the search for knowledge. This and all of the necklaces are, I want to say 25, if I'm correct. Yeah. So all the necklaces that I'm about to show you are 20. Oh, wow. Thunder Horse with the
50.
Thunder Horse with the 50. So Thunder Horse with the 50. He's not only did Thunder Horse just score this whole deal. Let me just yep, confirmed, my friend. Got it. So thank you so much for the support. So you just got the bloat bowl, the rune set, everything that we just described. That's yours, Thunder Horse. So make sure that we get your shipping information. You've got my contact information down in the description of this video. You can email me or you can hit me up on social media. Just let me know that who you are. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but just let me know where to send this to so we get that out to you. Thank you so much. So the bloat bowl, the rune set, stickers, and the Odin's Odin pocket altar off limits now. Big shout out to Patrick Walsh and Thunder Horse for the generosity and the help in that. You guys are the real MVPs. All right. So congratulations. Kenaz is the rune necklace that I just shared with you. Again, these are $25 each. So they come on just a basic string type, necklace with some beads. This is the Kenaz rune. Hit me up on IG. Thunder Horse, I may not see it. My wife manages my IG. So if you want to hit me up on Twitter or Facebook, or send me an email, Midgard Musings tn@gmail.com will work. Any of those 3, I'll definitely see it. My wife manages the Instagram, which will, she'll see it. So either way, it'll work. All right.
I don't know, Patrick, but we can find out.
How long do the Nexuses take to carve? Is that what you were responding to?
Yep.
Matt?
Yep, that's what I was.
Cool.
We can find out.
He's about to do it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see by this is happening in real time.
8:19.
We are 8:19 p.m. Matt's about to carve a rune necklace. And while he does that, I'm about to show you guys another rune necklace that we have available. This is Sowilu. Soul, the sun, success, victory. A lot of positivity with this rune, again, with the beads. This is, again, a $25 donation. You get a necklace made by Matt. And then the last item that I have available right now is a Mjolnir pendant. So wow, this is incredible. You know, within the first 20 minutes of the live stream, we were able to raise money for my in-laws with the two highest selling items. Magic's Game Room says Kanaz is mine. And I just confirmed that Rebels and Outlaw Designs with the $25. Yes, so Kanaz
All right. You guys are
claimed
awesome.
within the first 20 minutes, guys. 3 items to help our to help my in-laws are gone. The only thing we've got left now is Sowaloo and this really gnarly, awesome, cool. All the positivity, all the awesome. Thank you, Magic's Game Room. Mjolnir. So here's your Mjolnir pendant with some beads, hand carved, handmade by Matt Petrie himself. Again, this is so the remaining necklaces that I have here are a Sowaloo rune pendant and the Mjolnir pendant right here, $25 each. They all go to my in-laws. So Magic's Game Room, please be sure to, if you want, either, message me directly on social media, send an email with your shipping address information. We'll get these sent out to you post haste, as they say in the, I don't know, where do they say post haste anymore? We're going to send it to you post haste. Is that a British thing, or is that am I off my rocker here? I wasn't expecting these things to go so quickly. So the first, we had 5 items total, 5 packages total. What kind of wood, Matt?
Amazing.
Patrick is asking, what kind of wood do you carve for like these pendants? Is it basswood or is it
basswood?
Basswood?
Yeah.
Very lightweight, very easy to work with. I have a rune pendant necklace, I believe, that Matt made. Magic's okay, so it's in the PayPal payment. Cool info, awesome, great. Thank you so much for including that. For anybody that wants these 2 things, so we've got the Mjolnir and we've got the we've got the Sowaloo necklace. If you send the payment and you include your shipping address in the or shipping details in the PayPal thing, then that's great. Post haste is Latin. Patrick said. I said post haste. It basically means like ASAP, right? Like right away. PDQ. Remember? Does anybody remember what PDQ means?
The
what the letters
is stained aged. It is aged.
Yes.
The
These
other
are all
rune
aged,
necklaces-
actually.
No, they're not. The
Are they
rune
not?
necklaces are burnt and rubbed with beeswax.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So, burnt and rubbed with beeswax. So basically, fire touched the Sowaloo and Kanaz, which is appropriate, and then rubbed with beeswax. And then we've got the age stain look. They look similar. The looks are similar, but when you said that, Matt, like the feel of it all is very different. So here's the aged, Mjolnir. We don't know what Matt's doing, but he's carving away like a madman. We are 5 minutes in, almost. Yeah, just about 5 minutes into his carving. Who knows what we're about to see?
Pick a rune.
Pick a rune. Somebody pick a rune. First rune is going to be what Matt carves. So first comment. First comment in the live stream. Pick a rune. Thank you, Thunderhorse, for the email with the shipping details. We will definitely get that out to you ASAP. And thank you once again for your support. So just as a reminder, everybody that's watching and participating, we've got 2 necklaces left. Patrick Walsh is the first comment, says algaes for the rune.
Okay.
And Matt said, okay. So the people speak and action is taken. Oh, wow. We had Patrick that said algaes, and then Magic's Game Room followed right behind that and said manas. Interesting enough to note that those 2 runes, while different, represent a connection as it were. Algi's being like a reaching up towards the sacred and a connection to the sacred, and a sort of divine correlation between the profane and the sacred, and then Manas being humanity and mankind and Mimir in a sort of way. I like to think of Manas being a rune that connects us with the primordial gods and goddesses and things that even go before the Aesir and the Vanir. So like Mimir being that all wise, all knowing sort of element. Interesting connections between the two, but Algi's was the first. Protection, yes, definitely, Patrick. Algi's is definitely a protection rune. We have in our in my tribe's Vey a staff that is naturally shaped in the form of Algi's. So it is like a warding staff sort of thing. Quick on the draw, Patrick. Yeah, you guys are like right neck and neck. Algi's did show up, but at least first on the. Oh, cool! That's like a little torch. I'm watching what Matt's doing here. This is
why I can't
phenomenal.
make runes anymore. I'm trying not to set off my smoke alarm.
Don't burn the house down, Matt. As above, so below. Yeah. Micro and macro. See, that's a really neat thing that you're talking about. The micro and the macro. There was a video that I recently saw from another YouTuber called Go the Grimwolf, talking about his five mistakes that newbie pagans make, or that five I can't even remember what the title of the video was, but there was this sense of the micro and macro dynamic with regards to the sacred, the gods, how we venerate and how we focus our attention on the gods and goddesses nowadays in modern times. Thunderhorse with the comment, so happy to have the live stream back up and running. Dude, so am I personally. Let me just speak on behalf of myself, because the live streams have been missing from this channel for so long, and what a great way to bring it back then, and with what we're doing here today, right? What a great way to reintroduce the live streams here on this channel with a fundraiser for a good cause. So as a reminder, guys, we've got the burnt Mjolnir. No, sorry, the aged Mjolnir pendant, $25. Ooh, look at that! Look at that, Algi's. Look at that, Algi's. Look at that.
Not even 10 minutes.
What is that? 7:20. So here we are. Yeah, not even 8 minutes. 9 minutes. It just hit. 8:28.
Touch it up a little bit, but
9 minutes. Matt just crafted a freaking rune pendant necklace item in under 10 minutes. That's got to be like some kind of, I don't know. That's got to be some kind of a record.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but like if you give me a knife and a piece of wood and you tell me to carve a pendant like that, I'm gonna be like looking at you like, And he just did it. He just whipped this out looking as amazing as it is in under 10 minutes. Thunderhorse says, wow, that's beautiful. Patrick says, looks wonderful, Matt. 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Under 10 minutes. So we still have, we need to get some more people in here watching. We need to get some more participation here. I've got a rune necklace and I've got a Mjolnir. Let me get some people out here to try to participate in this.
Do a giveaway. We can auction something off. I'm okay with that.
I don't have the greatest social media following, but by golly, I'll do what I can. Get it sent out on the Facebooks and the Twitters. Anybody else watching, you guys are here, just share it away. Share it away. I don't care. I don't care who does. As long as you're, cool people, come on, hang out, talk. Let's see if we can get these two remaining items sold, so that way my in-laws have. So here's the deal. I don't know if I mentioned it, but with regards to what they need financially, they are, but at the time of the start of this live stream, they were $330 shy of their financial goal. Thanks to what Matt has provided and what we've got, we are now, almost halfway of that. So we've got, about another couple $100 left to help out. If anybody wants to just donate $1, $2, whatever, it doesn't really matter how much you donate. But if you want to help out in that sort of way, the PayPal is the easiest way, because everything that comes in to the Midgard Musings, PayPal right now is going to go directly to my in-laws. So it's posted here in the live chat. You guys, share it around, let your people know. Thunder Horse is a guitarist. Sharp tools scare you. Got to watch out for them fingers, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to watch out for them fingers. Definitely understand that. I am not a musician by any means. I like to beat on a drum. Magic Gamers, Jesse, let me hop in, can stream this on your Twitch. You have a decent following. Magic, what were you needing to jump in on? Did you need you got a decent following on Twitch? I mean, if you share the link here on YouTube to your Twitch followers, I don't know what you need or how I can assist with that. Just let me know what you need. But yeah, my in-laws are definitely going to be relocating to their new home sometime this month. So every bit of help that we can get during the next week or two is going to be going straight to them. So everything that we can do, and your help is all greatly appreciated. For the fact that we got 3 of 5 items sold within the first 30 minutes of this live stream speaks volumes, tremendous volumes. Like I'm blown away. Wasn't expecting it. So you guys, blew my expectations out of the friggin' water. So thank you for that. Got your information, Patrick. Thank you so much. Wow. That was crazy. Hop on the Zoom and you can stream it all to your Twitch through the links. Okay. I don't want to share the link to Zoom here on YouTube. I need to send it in some sort of way directly. Are you on Twitter? Are you can you email me? Huh?
Magic. I think I can send her the link through my Facebook. I'm friends
Matt,
with her on
Facebook. Matt's got the link. So Matt, do you mind direct messaging that to her?
Yeah, just 1 second, please.
I'll give you 1 second, Matt. That's no, I'm just kidding. I'm busting your chops, buddy.
That's all I needed. I just needed that 1 second.
Okay. Matt's got you hooked up. Angel, thank you. Probably lob off a finger trying to carve those Thunder Horse. I mean, it's really cool that Matt's doing this live with us right now to see, like,
get a glove if you're gonna carve. Get a glove.
What is that glove made of anyway? Is it like some sort of cut prevention fibers or something? Or
I have no idea. It's no cry, just high performance.
Okay.
Level 5. They got a new one I just ordered that's got reinforced a thumb and these 2 fingers with the steel fiber in them.
Okay. So you got dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is kind of like a fish filleting glove.
Okay, I've seen those types of things before. Yeah, I've seen exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Great.
Okay, I sent that. She got it. Here
she comes. Please do not share the link out. But here we go. All right, here's Magic's online with us. Thank you so much for, again, your support and being here.
Yeah, of course.
Terrific. This is great.
I'm just getting my Streamlabs booted up here.
Sweet. So yeah, folks, we've got Matt from Odin's Beard Woodworking. Now we've got Angel, or AKA Magic's Game Room, who's been so kind and generous to participate and join in the efforts. So once again, we've got 2 items left. We'll wait for you to get some of your Twitchers. I don't know. Is that how they call them now? I don't Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch. Is it
Just followers?
Just followers. Okay. Your friends, supporters, followers. Yeah, I'm a bit disconnected with that part of things. So yeah, thank you for being here. We've got 2 items left. So we'll let you get some people on here. See what we can do to.
Ow, can I just not see it because wonder why it's not showing. That could be interesting. Let's see here. What about this? Add that.
Yeah, and at the very least, if they get the stream link or the YouTube link, if they want to jump on the YouTube, either way. What's up there, Farland? Alan, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. If you're curious as to what we're doing, we're helping my in-laws with some a fundraising campaign. Matt's been generous to donate some items, and thanks to all of the awesome viewers who have joined already thus far. We've gotten everything sold except for 2 items. So we've got a Mjolnir pendant, which Matt carved himself. This is a aged stained. Am I right, Matt? Am I saying that right? Aged stained. Look at that. Look at that. Matt got 2 runes carved, 2 rune pendants carved. He did Algi's per Patrick's recommendation. He did Mana's for Magic Game Room's recommendation in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, less than 20 minutes. So he just knocked it out of the park.
Go have some water.
Hydrate yourself, man. Like you just whipped out 2 rune pendants in under 20 minutes. So yeah, definitely get hydrated. We've got the rune pendant Sogalu available here in my hand, which is actually burnt, and beeswax has been used to I guess not stain it, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Seal
it. Seal it. Thank you. It's sealed with beeswax. It's burned with fire and sealed with beeswax. These are $25 each. We've got a Mjolnir pendant and a Sogalu rune pendant. It's actually quite appropriate, Matt, that you did that for 2 fire runes. You got Kenaz, which we already sold, and we got the Sogalu rune, which are again burned with fire and sealed with beeswax. It is rapid fire, Patrick. It's the Wild West out here, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Draw McGraw, as they say in, I don't know, wherever they say it, but it's a thing. So Patrick, yes, grab a water. Stay hydrated, my friends. It's important. I've got mine here. Have you got yours there? Okay.
You're at Midgard Musings on Twitter, right?
Yep.
All right.
Let me just make sure of that, because my Twitter handle and my Instagram handles are slightly different, but yes, it is at Midgard Musings on Twitter.
Honey, water, raspberry, and yeast. Nice.
100%.
Yeah, as long as it's got water in it. It's
And
okay.
then-
Hydrating with the mixture. Yeah, what's up?
Let me grab the. Oh, sorry, I talk to myself when I'm getting stuff done. I'm
I
just
do
grabbing
too.
the PayPal link.
Yeah, the right one, the correct one, not the
Yes.
Presbyterian Church. No disrespect to those folks, but that is definitely not going to this cause. So I posted it in the live chat right now. Pouring a whiskey right now. Well, Thunder Horse, let me just, I'll skull you to that. Cheers, skull, all that fun stuff. So
I mean, I'm 1,100 days sober today.
congratulations to you, Matt. And again, I don't want
No, you
make any light
it
of
don't
it
bother
with us. Good, cool. I didn't think so.
Back over
You're
here for a second, so.
yeah. So
All right.
1,100 days, man. How many years is that? 3.
All right. 3 days and 3 years and 4 days. Because
3 days and 4
Monday I
days.
celebrated 3 years.
3 years.
All right. We are live on Twitch.
All right.
Switching it up. Thank you, Angel, for the assist with that and helping us raise some funds for the Reed family. So for those that are on Twitch watching, let me just share with you what we've got left available. Matthew Petrie, Odin's Beard Woodworking, has been kind and generous enough to donate some really cool items. Your first item available that we have here is the Sowelu rune, which is carved onto some basswood, burned with fire, and sealed with beeswax. This is a $25 item, all the proceeds of which go to my in-laws to helping relocate them to their new home. So this is a fundraiser campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Heathens helping heathens. Hashtag heathens helping heathens. We've also got a really awesome.
Should have thrown that in my tweet.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that. But this is the living thing, right? Heathens helping heathens. It's a cool hashtag. It sounds really nice.
I'm
but
just gonna go to reply
it's a
my
living
tweet.
thing. There we go. Appreciate that, Angel. And then we also have an awesome Mjolnir pendant that Matt carved, also out of basswood, and it's the aged stain variety. So these each are $25. If you wish to purchase one, the PayPal link has been shared. Again, all the proceeds go to my in-laws. So every bit of the money raised, aside from the shipping costs, goes directly to and I just followed you back, Magic. Thank you so much. Everything that is raised today is going directly to my in-laws to help them achieve their financial goal of moving into their new home, which is literally just a few doors down. I've talked a little bit on the channel now that we've kind of calmed down a bit with all this stuff. But once again, appreciate all the help and support. Thunder Horse is asking a question, Matt. Let me just shut up for a minute and answer Thunder Horse's question. Do you carve larger god altars? Is it possible to commission?
Yes. On the website we go up to 7-8 inch. I'm fixing to work on a 12-inch commission right now. It's huge.
So you go up to a foot.
I do. I've
In height.
done a 2-foot one, but if you're gonna want to come pick it up, you don't want me to ship that.
I feel like that would be a little painful in the shipping costs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you never know what people are willing to do for a hand carved god pole from Matt Petrie at Odin's Beard Woodworking. I will tell you right now that I'd be willing to pay almost anything for a 6-foot tall chainsaw carved or hand carved god pole with Matt. I mean, you know, just saying. I've got a 7 to 8 inch tall Thor on my altar. Every bit worth what I spent. And if I could be like, you know, if I had like stupid amounts of expendable income and be like, Matt, grab a chainsaw, grab a knife, grab a, you know, I don't know, grab a
Chisel.
whatever. Just, yeah, right. Gnaw on it with your teeth. I don't care. Like, let's do
I
this
got
thing.
no teeth. I got no teeth. I can't numb it. It's not gonna work.
Gum it to death, Matt. Just, you know, gum me a god pole. I don't know.
I know. I can't wait because we did the Twitch stuff in trade. I am super, super stoked for the Purple Heart stuff.
Ooh. That sounds
Oh,
intriguing.
yeah.
That sounds
It's
intriguing.
going to be made out of this wood he's about to show us.
Was that cedar?
It's
No.
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart. Oh, okay. Well, I was even unfamiliar with that as a.
It's a pretty
As an
rare
item.
wood. The only other place that I have actually really seen widely do stuff with this particular wood is Wormwood Gaming. And they make like
Ooh.
dice trays and stuff for like Dungeons and Dragons and other type of tabletop role-playing games.
Yeah.
They make dice out of this and like dice
Y'all don't
trays and
understand,
stuff like
though.
that.
It's
Wow.
it's perfect size for pocket altars.
I want
Purple
Freya.
wood. Huh. And where is it? Is so help educate me, because this is my first time being exposed to that particular material. Is this an indigenous wood to a certain area, or like what?
Looking it up.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Purple
was-
heart is an incredibly strong and durable type of wood originating from the Peltogene genus of 23 species of large trees that can be found growing natively to the territory between Mexico and Brazil. Best known for its amazing grain pattern and unique color that can rarely be found in other wood types.
Okay. Well, we just learned something here. Thank you for educating us, and hail and welcome to everybody newly joining in. So hail to Big Cat 71,
Big
Wyatt
Cat.
Coverdale. Hey, Wyatt Coverdale. It's been a while. Yes, it
Wyatt.
has been.
I've got
Glad
Raph
that you-
over here on my end.
Awesome.
Hello,
Hail to Raph. All right. So
I want this back up.
incredible. For those that are just newly joining in, just as a reminder, 2 items left for sale.
Really
If you
hard
want them,
worker.
all of the proceeds are going to my in-laws to help them relocate to their new home down the road, literally next door. I say down the road, but I could spit and hit their front door if I was a spitting type, which I'm not. But we've got a Sowaloo rune pendant, which is basswood. It's burned and sealed with beeswax, and then we've got a Mjolnir pendant that is an aged stain. Each of these are $25. The PayPal link for those wishing to purchase that has been posted down in the comments, the live stream.
I'm also
Um,
posting that in the comments
Thank you,
of
Angel.
mine as well.
Thank you, Angel. We're doing things here, folks. Like, we're doing things. We're rocking and rolling. Heathens helping heathens. Really appreciate the collaboration and stuff. We didn't know where this would lead to or end up, but like I said, within the first. So here's what we have accomplished. This live stream has been going on for just under an hour, and within that time, we have sold 3 items, and Matt has carved 2, which you can see on his screen, 2 rune pendants, 1 algaes, 1 manas, which he actually carved in under 20 minutes. So there's a lot going on here, folks. Like, Matt's a madman with the blade. Let me just say that. Like, he's a carving psychopath. In a
Ramblings
good
of a
way.
mad carver.
Yeah, definitely, dude. That's a podcast, or that's a stream that you could take off with. Ramblings of a mad carver, right? That's a good one right there. That is definitely a good one. But yeah, like in this whole time, we got a rune set sold with a bowl and some stickers. We got the pocket altar. That's gone. That's out of here. So all of this stuff that we're doing is directly assisting and helping my in-laws, who are just a couple $100 shy of their financial goal, to help them afford the down payment to move into their new house, which is, like I said before, just, a good strong spit could hit their front door right down.
Y'all had to see my face for this. Yeah, my wood is high class.
Hey, hey, we could go somewhere with that, but I don't know if we're going to go somewhere with that right now.
I feel like that
That's
might
what-
violate Twitch terms of service.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go the office route, and then that's what he said,
That is what I
and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's what he said.
That's what Frere said. You know,
I mean, I'll leave him over there.
Frere's got that high class wood. That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna
And Matt's prayers are made out of high class wood.
can confirm. I actually
You got
have one
of my
of the
early ones.
the very early ones. I mean, this sucker is phallic in all its amazing glory. And that's scientific, boys and girls.
I
Literally
actually
a
have a
branch.
couple things from I actually have a couple things from that. One is a t-shirt which is in the laundry basket. But the other is up here on my wall.
Oh, she's got the big rune card poster.
If the card isn't enough for you, if you want a constant reminder, like, I'm forgetful. So when I'm
Yeah.
doing like my morning rune readings, I bought a set from the person who actually made this. This is a wall hanger made with a I believe this is a deer bone. And then it has chains hanging off of it. And then the center is a quartz crystal. And then this goes right next to it. This is my desk is my altar, is also my office type thing.
Got to consolidate nowadays, you know.
I live in an apartment complex that's designed and geared towards college kids. It wasn't designed geared towards a Norse pagan who needs altar space.
Sure.
So this is a really good reminder for me when I'm doing like my morning rune readings, because I could just be like, wait, what does that mean again? And look right up there. And they're all, it looks kind of big on camera because it is.
It does. It looks about 3 foot, 4 foot.
Not quite
high.
that tall. This is my hand compared to it.
Okay. So we're looking at maybe 2.
Yeah. About a 2
Decent.
foot by about a 1.5 fish.
Yeah.
The text is really easy to read. It's very well printed and it's pretty sturdy poster material. Teespring did a really, really good job with these. And I am so glad I bought this because it has just made mornings so much easier.
So quick shout out then. So Angel, you got that from Matt's Teespring store.
Yep.
So for anybody that's watching, that's looking to get a visual aid for learning the runes, Matt offers this on his Teespring store, and Angel just unsolicited did confirm that it's really good quality and it's helpful. So please support Matt in any way that you want to by checking out his spring store and getting yourself a nice, rune poster to help learn the runes. It'd be kind of cool to talk about it right now since we're streaming live and got a bunch of people joined in. So Angel, you have daily rune castings, rune rituals. Is that something you want to maybe talk a bit about or expound a bit upon? Or
yeah, so for me in the morning, I don't have them right here right now because I do sometimes take them to work with me if I'm running a little late, so they're in my bag. Yes, I work an office job, so sometimes I'll actually take my runes to work with me, and like I'll be sitting there, I'll pull up on my computer on Chrome the exact same thing, and I'll just be like in the morning drinking my coffee at my desk, doing my runes, and my coworkers at the first were like, "Are those bones?"
You brought bones to work? How dare you?
I'm like, yes, actually, they're coyote toes.
Man, that is one material that I have yet to work on. Quick shout out to Wyatt Coverdale, because Wyatt's been a part of the Midgard Musings live streams and community for a long time. He's calling me out here, telling me that I'm a bit of a square when it comes to dirty jokes. Let me just go on record as saying that I'm conscious of the YouTube community guidelines and things of that nature. So no, I'm not a square. I'm just trying to behave a bit on this platform to not get demonetized and to not get shut down and to not get my hands slapped by the great YouTube overlords.
YouTube, this is the wood I'm talking about. The actual wood. Look,
actual wood from a tree.
Wood.
You dingus.
And 3 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, and 12 inches.
All sizes for all types. Let's just let's just put it out there. But I have yet to work with bone in terms of, because I make rune sets.
Yours myself. Are awesome. I've seen them, and at some point I'm gonna get a set from you. You can never have too many rune sets.
You really can't, especially if you delve into that, especially if you dive into the well, as I like to say, especially if you descend the well in that sort of way. I
fell straight into it.
Head first.
I have a poster.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to burn these, so I don't have a. You seen my wood burner?
Yeah,
it's a torch.
It's a torch.
Yeah, you need
these
like
are
a little
coyote foot bones.
You need like a little burning pen.
Troy Hartman, hail and welcome, says hail and good health. He's on a break at work and stopping by to say hello. Well, we appreciate the hail and well wishes. I will tell you guys, I've got a stone rune set, and they were just like clay or stone. It was a gift. My very first rune set. But the current rune set that I work with mostly is a maple rune set that I made. And this is an interesting story. about these because in my front yard is a maple tree, and it grows all willy-nilly because it's a tree, and it needed to have its limbs cut and maintained. Otherwise, it would be just a sore on the abode. You know, the trees and limbs and stuff grow over the roof, and it just makes a mess. And so at one point in time, when we trimmed the limbs of the tree by hand, by the way, no chainsaws, no power tools, right?
Yeah.
Shout out
No
Step Brothers, and shout out. There's Matt showing off. I'm a little bit delayed on the thing, but he was showing off the
I showing off your runes on my
the
altar.
driftwood, yeah. But these are maple wood, so no power tools touch these at all. I used a handsaw to make these runes, well, I don't want to be a liar here. A power tool did touch these runes, but it was the wood burner, right? So I had to plug in a electric wood burner to inscribe the runes on these things. But these are my tribe's rune sets. They are maple wood, and they are wood from the tree that grows in my yard, which I feel adds a extra layer of
Absolutely.
magic, or an extra layer of strength or power to him, because like this tree, literally I share my life around this tree that's been here before I was. And the maintenance of the tree for its health was to trim its limbs and cut its limbs and make it more manageable. And those pieces were used to cultivate and make our tribe's rune set. So there's the story behind the maple tree rune set that are used for rune castings with myself, our tribe, and patron supporters for the channel. So your rune castings that patron supporters get every month, which are due, you'll be getting them soon if you're watching and you're a patron supporter, are cast with the runes that I just showed.
I love it. That's actually a really great story. I wish I had a really cool story about how I got mine, but my friend makes cool stuff out of bones. And that's about the coolest story I've got. Friend makes cool stuff out of bones. I saw, I liked, I bought. But yeah,
Thank you.
I have I have my coyote toe bones, and then so I'll normally, like, if I'm doing an actual ritual, I'll do casting in the mornings. I kind of do it like almost like tarot, just kind of like rummage around the bag wherever it feels right, grab the one that I've got my hands on, and I'll do like between 3 or 4 and just kind of like see what they have to say today.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's kind of a meditative process in the morning, definitely gets me focused in and, in the moment. And I feel like ever since I've started doing it, I really have better mornings. I can't control what happens at work. I work in a call center, so can't really control what happens at work. There might be customers who are a bit angry and frustrated, and all I can do is be like, I'm sorry about that. Let me apologize. Let me see what I can do.
Trust me, I know that. My line of work is very much engulfed in what you're describing. I am team lead for something very similar and very close to what you're describing, Angel. So I definitely can empathize with you on that. Just quick acknowledgement in the chat. Wyatt is saying that, to be honest, been only here for 2 years, which is a long time, to be honest with you. If you're still joining live streams with me and participating in the community after that long, big shout out to you. For those 2 years, they were relentless and practiced every hour. With that being said, I think that there may be a limit to what Odin can teach, is what Wyatt is saying. He's more about showing you around rather than showing you how it functions. Here's the thing with like my UPG when it comes to Odin, it's you gotta really watch with the old man. You gotta watch with how you engage and how you connect with him. And this is, again, just 100% UPG, on verified personal gnosis. This is my experiences. He asks a lot, or demands a lot. It's not even an ask. There's a lot. He demands a lot, and you get out of it what you put into it. It's not that he gives you in the same exchange return. It's there's a lot of greediness. There's greediness to him, because you got to think Giddy and Fricky his wolves, ravenous and all these kinds of things. There's no equal exchange process here. He takes what he takes and he gets what he gets, and you make out of it what you make out of it. That's at least my own take on it. I don't know what anybody else wants to share, Matter or
No,
Angel, but
I work mostly with Freya.
okay.
So she's got, in my personal experiences, she's got some sass.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh yeah.
I was watching TikTok one night, and I'm sure you've been on TikTok, right, Jesse?
I don't have one, but I get sent a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
Like, hey, check this out on TikTok. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right. You don't necessarily have to have a TikTok to be,
Right.
on TikTok and watching it.
Yeah.
But there was this video going around of this overzealous lady who was basically like, to all those who say they follow the old gods, and then it was a big thing about asking them to show how evil they were. And I'm like hearing Freya like, really? Do you really want to go there? And I'm just like, I can't help what other people post on social media, Freya. I can't control them.
Right. None of us.
She was just in a full pose of like, really? Really?
Really?
And I'm over here like, oh my God, what do I gotta get? New candle, new crystals.
Troy, who is it? Thunder Horse over here. Just to acknowledge some of the members of the channel. Did I blood my runes? I personally have, and the runes that I just showcased on the maple rune set have been blooded, and that's my personal imbibement for my personal reasons. Wyatt responds or says that you don't do blood magic, and it's not a matter of if you would. Definitely would. It's just your age is a thing I guess you're considering. So a lot of what we're talking about, magically speaking, when it comes to our connection with the sacred, the connection with the gods, how we connect with them, through whether it be through divination, and all these various things. This is 100% UPG, and I love the exchange and the dialogue that comes from conversations like this. You what?
My power just flashed.
Oh no!
The power flashed.
Demons.
So Thor now all of a sudden Thor is like, hey,
Thor's entered the chat.
by the way.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and by the way, kicks the door in and just nothing else.
By the way,
just makes a ruckus.
That or it's Loki causing chaos. I could see that too.
That's Loki is the quintessential barge in and just be an ass for the sake of being an ass. Like look at Lokasenna. Right? He literally comes in uninvited and is like, oh yeah, by the way, you're all jerks, and here's why. And he's right about most of it.
Yeah.
There's some truth to everything he says. He's like, Freya, you're a whore. Well, kinda, yeah. Bragi, you're a coward. Yeah, kinda. You haven't done anything to do, so like all of his things that he says and that he does, it's like you can't really gainsay it. You can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't gainsay it. You can't be like he's wrong, but he's just that like quintessential, just kicks the door and he's like, oh yeah, and by the way. And that's it.
Like Winter coming back around for the second round. Oh, and by the way.
Right. Oh, you got that nice little week stretch of 60-degree warm. Here's a 6-foot, snow flurry that just buries all of your crops. That's Scotty for you, That's Scotty for you. The Jotun, and that's the interesting thing too, is the connect all of the gods, or at least most of the gods in their connection with the Jotun. So much of the lore is circulated around it's the chaos versus order, and the Jotun are chaos, and the Aesir and all this are order, and there's this battle between chaos and order. But so much of the gods are combined Yeah, but there's so much of the gods that combine those forces, because look at Thor, look at Odin. They are part Jotun themselves, and then there's Loki.
And then there's Loki.
and then there's Loki.
There's really not much else you can say to that, though.
Matt, is that a Jormungandr piece that you're working on?
This is going to be my next pocket altar. I've got the poem already. I already ordered it from David. I've got it. It's done. I just got to carve it.
I went out on a limb because I saw the circular thing, but I'm like, that's kind of serpentine, in a way. So yeah, Loki, like I'm looking at Patrick's comment here. It says Loki is most like man, foolish and wise at times, but respectfully. Loki is kind of one of those, and I think we've all heard it, like the necessary evil or that element of chaos that's needed. But are the gods themselves in the lore? Are the gods not themselves? Especially when you look at the gods like Odin and I'm just going to go with Odin because so much of the lore circulates around his presence. Kind of instigates and largely sparks things that are beneficial to him at the time, with maybe an overarching view of what's good for the tribe or what's good for the rest of the group, but he's got an agenda. Like there's a purpose, and it's probably largely due to what he's trying to, achieve at the time. It's one-sided, at least on the surface, with a bigger picture behind the scenes if you want to analyze it and you want to look at it a bit, right? Where it's like, I know you look at some of the stories in the lore where Loki's just like, so many of the problems that happened were due to him, and then it's, I gotta fix it. Look at the building of Asgard's wall. You know what I mean? Like he did what he did, and it's like, oh, now all of a sudden I gotta go fix a problem and let me turn myself into a mare and seduce the giant's workhorse.
Turn yourself into a mom.
Right?
Turn yourself into a mom.
Yep. And then there was Thor's hammer.
That whole thing.
They did. I still just envision big beefy Thor with the red beard, dressed in a dress with the veil.
Oh, that one.
I'm just like,
I gotta think. I mean, the designers of the clothing at the time had to have been really spot on to hide the big red beard
and to make it look like he was a girl. Like, how much padding went into this? Because obviously Thor just has like this big beefy chest. Like, there's no boobage there. Like, there's no cleavage. What did they do?
Thor has a dad bod.
He's the dad.
Has a dad bod. Thor's always had a dad bod.
100%.
There's no body shaming here, but like seriously, like the big macho manly type bod or whatever, like Thor's just like the big red daddy type. You know what I mean? Like
big red beard, wide shoulders,
broad, like broad shoulders, big chest, and just a gut. I guess that was the Jotun's thing. I guess that was the Jotunar were like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like, right? I mean,
like they had to have done something.
Three was like, hell yeah.
Let's go. But the thing is, like the whole thing he wanted was the lovely Freya. Like, had he never seen Freya before?
Right. Like you didn't have anything to gauge it by?
Like, had you not, did you just hear how beautiful Freya was? Because if that's it, like I could understand, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But if he thinks Freya's beautiful, that leads me to be inclined that at some point he has seen Freya. And in that case, what the heck did they do to disguise the fact that this is Thor?
Yeah. There had to have been, like when you look at like lore and you look at the fact that it's, it's mythology, there has to have been, at least from that perspective, like magic involved to like to disguise Thor's just aesthetic. You know, like you can throw a dress on. I'm just like
Anyone.
looking at like in modern times, like look at the he's Hafthor, Bjorn, or he's Iceland's strongman. His name is literally Hafthor, and he's like 7 feet tall. You know, just the quintessential, just manliest of men looking type of individuals. Imagine putting a bridal gown on him, you know, and sending him off to somewhere to try to disguise himself as the Queen of the Valkyries, or the, you know what I mean? Just this most, you know, seductive, incredibly feminine looking thing that you could imagine. It's like there has to have been something magically that would have veiled those obvious features to the Jotun. Where like, oh, I've heard about all these things, or I think this is it, and then
Did
was
they
there
get
some sort of
magic cloth from the dwarf? Or is that
Possibly.
just my UPG?
I mean, it
When
would make
dressing
sense.
him up, my
with as
grandpa
much
said
as
they
the
had to go to
dwarves
the
were a
dwarves
part of that.
to get
Yeah.
artifacts, to get a veil to help cover Thor.
It possibly was a magic veil that veiled the actual identity of the person.
Yeah.
Under it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, why he's saying, I wonder how emasculated Thor felt at the time. He hated it. Like, it was the whole, like, the idea of it. Like, Heimdall came up with the idea because Loki was like, well, they want Freya. Freya's like, hell, I ain't going. And then Heimdall was like, hey, by the way, Thor, we should dress you up. And Thor was, you know what I mean? Like,
He's
Your
like,
hammer, go get
really?
you serious? You serious right now? Like,
Really, bro?
yeah. Dude. Like, dude. You know, like, so
One of those.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I see this is how the conversation went. We should dress you up as Freya. You should go get it back. It's your hammer? Really? No, I'm not wearing a dress. Oh, come
My
on.
beard.
The
my
cool
beard.
thing, the cool thing about that whole thing, I like to think of it as like the moral of the story, you know, was that regardless of how Thor felt about it, because again, being the bravest and strongest and the champion of the war gods, you know, had to do what he had to do to reclaim his prize. And it was like, you swallow your pride, you do what you got to do, and then you crush skulls after the fact, because that's what he did. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I've got Mjolnir now, and all y'all sons are
I
That's
just
it.
see him like
Over
ripping the seams of the dress and going, oh, and by the way, thanks.
yeah, oh yeah, you thought you were about to get some. I'm about to get you some right here, you know.
Yep.
Threem was like, and then Threem was like, oh, you know.
It's like, oh, I'm about to give me a
Thor.
piece of that, and it's like, oh, I
I'm
don't.
about
want
to
a
get
piece
a
of
piece of that, more pieces than I can wager, more pieces than I'm willing to wager, you know.
that. I remember it was like a year ago or so when you were going through those stories on the live streams.
Yeah.
I tuned in every time because it was just like we were driving down the road at the time. I know I was with my wife at the time, no longer together. That relationship had to part.
Things happen, you know.
So
I'll be right back.
We'll be here. Nice. Like, I'll be right back.
when he's on Twitch, he actually has a BRB screen.
I know. Thanks to, from what I know, it's like that was largely due to the contributions that you had. Yeah.
Hey, it was a trade-off. I was
Nice.
like, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, it took me like an hour for all of it between the little intro video, the different screens and stuff. It took that, and setting it up took like an hour. It wasn't that big of a thing for me because I originally, one of the things I went to school for and went to college for was graphic design. So for me, it's just knowledge I've picked up along the way.
Nice.
But yeah, he was like, I really need to do some stuff, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I do.
Nice.
I'm like, let me help you out here. While he was streaming, I made the intro video loop, the be right back screen, and something else for him, like all in the course of him being on stream. I was like, we'll get in a Zoom room. I'll take over your screen and I'll show you how to set up all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, no big.
Awesome. But I like the
It's
little
helping
chalk
students.
drawing. I'll be right back. You got to make do with what you got to make do with, you know?
I mean, and hey, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
It's not stupid. Not at all. Who's that? We got DW Facts on the live stream. So hail and welcome to everybody just, watching the live stream. As a reminder, we're streaming live to help. Well, first of all, we're just having a good time because it's Friday night and that's what we do. But we're helping raise funds for my my in-laws. We've got a really awesome hand-carved Mjolnir pendant that Matt Petrie at Odin's Beard Woodworking carved. It's an aged look basswood Mjolnir pendant. And we've also got there it is, Sowilu. I was looking for it. It's right in front of my face. A Sowilu pendant, which is also basswood, and it is burned with fire and sealed with beeswax. So your Sowilu rune pendant and your Mjolnir rune pendant are available. $25 US. I don't know why I'm talking in an Australian accent right now, but that it is what it is. It's not even Australian. It's like a British Australian
Wales.
Wales. Yeah, Cockney accent. Hey, the hell with that letter A consonant. We just gonna talk like it don't exist. All right. But anyway, the PayPal information is in the live stream. If you want it, $25 each. Mjolnir and Sowilu.
I claimed Kenaz pretty quickly.
You did.
I saw it and I looked
You
up
jumped
and I was
on that like it was
"Ooh,
going out of
it's mine."
style.
I heard it and I looked up at my chart. I'm like, wait, which one? Ooh, that's mine.
Sold.
I was
Solid.
just like, please let me get it before anybody else says anything.
Achieved. Yeah, achievement unlocked. Sort of deal.
Achievement unlocked. Speed by.
Look at Patrick who goes, Foster's Australian for beer. Let me tell you a funny story about that. Which may not be too funny at the end, but I know a guy. Trust me, the when you start a story off by saying I know a guy, you expect big things.
It's going somewhere.
This is not that, but I know a guy from Australia who I was like, oh, he was telling me about, because here's the funny thing. He would call me from like Facebook years ago. He would call me at like 6 a.m. my time. He's like, oh mate, I'm whatever the Australian slang is for drunk. I can't even remember it off the top of my head, but he was toasted, and he was like, it was like 8 o'clock at night the next day for him or something because of the time difference, And I was like, what have you been doing? He's like, oh, mate, I've been drinking beers all night and this and that. And I was like, yeah, Foster's. He's like, hey, mate, he got mad. He got mad because he's like, that's not real Australian beer. He's like, that's the American version of Australian beer. He's like, every proper Australian like hates this. He's like, it's like the Bud Light of Australian beers. I was like, really? But like, not that I have anything against Bud Light. I mean, in a pinch, it'll work. You get what you get. He's like, nah, mate. He's like, this, and he starts rattling off, and I can't remember what the names of them were. He starts rattling off all these like different Australian beers. He's like, no, mate. He's like, over here, beers are like, alcohol content wise, it's like, 12, 13%. I'm
Ours
like,
is
we're like
5 to 8.
5 maybe at the highest, 6 if you're looking at like IPAs, and then above that you're like high gravity beers. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, mate. He's like, I'm knockered or whatever he said off of drinking all night. And I'm like, dude, you're a legend to be like that plastered off of beer, because I'll use beer as like just like the if I'm like, and this is like going back like years ago because I don't do this really much anymore. If like I'm already feeling pretty toasty, with alcohol. I'm like, I'll drink beer to just kind of like maintain that buzz. But like over there, they're like drinking beers and just getting, trashed because it's like 12, 13% at the minimum. And then I'm like, damn, Foster's is like nothing to them. He's like, no, we don't even touch that stuff, mate. He's like, hey,
I used
Foster's
to
ain't
drink
even a thing
coconut
over
rum
here.
like beer.
Used to drink rum,
Coconut rum,
coconut rum.
like the 30-40%. I used to
Oh,
drink it
man.
like beer.
Me,
So I'm not
I enjoy Jack Daniel's honey the most.
Yeah, so I'm not a big rum drinker, but I was given as a gift the Kraken.
I love Kraken.
It's 94 proof
It's
or
good.
90 whatever. It's I have a
I like it. And
it's 94 proof, which is like for a rum that's like, pretty stout. And I didn't look at the label.
the
I'm
Cat
like,
Morgan
it's spiced
tattoo.
rum. Oh man, don't even get me started on tattoo.
I love that shit. That was good.
Yeah. I was given the Kraken as a gift to help move some furniture from, because they're like, here, let me give you some money.
That's how we used to do it back home. We would give alcohol as gifts to help move.
It's the
a Southern
South,
thing.
dude. Like I live in the South, and it's like if I don't want money, they're like, well, I've got a shelf full of alcohol. What do you want? Take your pick.
I got booze or I got grass. What you want?
Booze or grass. That's it. You know what I mean?
Need your neighbor to change your tire. Give him a 12-pack of Bud Light and a
dude. Seriously, that's
a speaker. Let him pick
how
the
I did my
music and give him
stepdad.
the beer.
that is a legitimate form of payment in the South. Is ass, gas, or grass, man. Like that's like just straight up. Like
I mean, I've got the grass.
And so I'm like, I don't drink rum. He's like, I've never had the guy that gave it to me. He's like, I've had this sitting on my shelf for like the last 6 months. I'm like, doing what? He's like, I don't drink really, man. It was a gift for like Christmas or a birthday or something. He's like, I don't touch this stuff. He's like, do you want it? I'm like, I've always wanted to try it. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? Let me give it a try.
It's the South.
Patrick Walsh says the wacky tobacco. So I'm like, yeah, let me try it. So me trying it turned out to almost killing a third of the bottle the same night. And I didn't look at the label, the fact that it was 94 proof.
Special
Well,
brownies.
Let me tell you.
Speaking of which, I'm turning my camera that way so you can see my computer because Twitch terms of service.
Sure.
Enjoy Sasha, who lights up.
Nice. The lights. What's wacky tobacco, special brownies? Yeah, you guys know the deal. Yeah, the best alcohol is free alcohol, like Thunder Horse says. So at that point, I became a fan of the Kraken, and I don't even drink rum anymore, or ever. I'm not a rum drinker. I'm not a rum connoisseur. I am a Scotch aficionado. I prefer Scotch as my go-to sort of thing. So when I was like introduced to this, I'm like, this is really good, and it hit that nerve, you know what I mean? It struck me by the side of the face. I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. But the tattoo, the Captain Morgan tattoo, was very much similar to that because of the spice element or whatever to it. And I'm like, man, if I were a rum drinker, I think the rum just there's too much sugar to it. Like it's too sweet and like it doesn't sit well with me the next day or that night or whatever. It's just too much extra sweetness to it.
Right. If you want something that's good but not overly sweet, my favorite mixed drink is blackberry ginger ale. I get the Canada Dry one because it's the only one I've ever found in blackberry, but you could do like a normal ginger ale with like some blackberry syrup. And then
it's just a syrup.
And then
sorry.
Jack Daniel's honey.
Oh, the Jack Daniel's honey. Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. I'm not. So I live in Tennessee, and have lived in Tennessee for the last 15 years, 16 years. And would you know that I have never once been to the Jack Daniel's distillery in Lynchburg, and I live less than an hour away?
You should do it sometime.
I mean, I should,
Just
right?
have it.
Just for like, points or whatever. I don't know what
Stamp on the
points that
passport.
Yeah, notch on the belt, whatever. Like, yeah, I was there, I did it. But it, like Lynchburg's like, it's a dry county, whatever, town. Like that whole area is like, it's dry, but they got the distillery there, which is weird. That
makes no sense.
It
Why are you
doesn't
gonna-
make any
They
logical
have
sense that you're gonna distill whiskey, bourbon, whatever, and your
Their
county is
retail
dry.
store is not there.
No,
Their
But,
main headquarters can't be there in order to
Right.
sell at
Right.
all.
but the distillery is.
Yeah,
It's oxymoronic in a way, like on the
they
surface.
do it because of taxes.
Oh, okay, well, it's all money.
They get a
then.
tax break because
Yeah.
they're in a dry state. They're
Yeah,
in a dry county.
yeah.
They get a giant tax break.
Do I know the real story behind why they named the rum Captain Morgan? Is Thunder Horse illuminate us?
Yes,
'Cause I don't
please, I
know.
want to know.
I don't
want to
know.
know.
Why do they call it Captain Morgan? I don't know. I would love to know. Wyatt Coverdale, syrup. Yeah, sipping on that syrup, says Patrick Walsh. You already know. You guys listen to the radio.
I
You've been
don't.
around for at least the last 15 years, maybe. Like,
I just hit 25 this June.
hey, quarter century mark. There you
I
go.
thought by 25, I thought by a quarter century on this planet that I would have all my shit together. But you
We
know
all
what?
did. We all did, Angel. Everybody that thought they'd hit the 25 mark thought they'd have their shit together by the time. Yeah. And guess what?
I'm just
You gotta
now
open
finding
the
the
door.
box to put it in. I'm just now finding the box to put it all in.
Yeah.
I don't have ducks. They're not in a row. I have squirrels and they're at a rave.
Yeah.
Squirrels,
Shout
great.
out to Ratatosker. Right? Shout out to
Yeah.
Ratatosker because that squirrel
Command
is a
center.
madman.
What are we
Let me
talking
just
about?
run up and down the tree frantically and talk mad crap between an eagle and a dragon. Sure, let's do that. You know? It's
I love how you have the invisible water bottle.
it is. It's am I drinking
This is-
water? Am I not? It's a theme.
This is
It's
my
a-
water bottle.
Jeez. I got
What's
one
it?
of those somewhere.
This is my hydro jug. It's at my
hydro
desk.
jug.
It
Not
had-
not a sponsor.
not sponsored, not yet anyway. They do actually want me to be an affiliate. I've just got to
Hey.
I just have to get a couple of the sleeves. They'd have a product requirement so you can like do pictures and stuff.
Wyatt Coverdale, 5 messages up. Let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Syrup. 6. Hey, Jesse, are we going to do that Zoom thing? We've been holding it for maybe a year. Could I join the stream? Wyatt, do you want to join the stream? I am not opposed. However, I am how can I get it to you? I guess is the real question. This is all like living in like we're all it's like in real time right now.
And YouTube doesn't have a private messaging system.
Right. It's like, like I mean,
It's the one
like,
thing it's
hey,
missing.
I'm down with it. And I just, need a way to securely. It is possible. Asking, is it possible? 100% it is possible. We just gotta, if not right now, then we just gotta plan it out accordingly. So yes, it is possible. And it is probable. And it is likely. For sure. So yeah. Guys, we're good grief, good gracious. Good gracious, something bodacious. I don't
Odacious,
remember
sorry.
that Nelly song because my mind's all there's Odin. But an hour and a half live stream, guys. We've still got a couple of items left to get rid of. We've still got the Mjolnir, and we've still got the Sowelu. So the Burning Sun and the Thunderbringer. You know what I'm saying? We got the Sowelu rune, which is burned onto some basswood. It's fire burned and sealed with beeswax. And we've got the Mjolnir pendant that is age stained, $25 each. If we can get these gone tonight, we'd be off to the races. I don't know which races we're off to, but we'd be off to those races. Goodness gracious, great. Great balls of fire, Patrick says. Goodness
Gracious, great balls of fire.
There it is. Yeah. Dun, dun,
I
dun,
can-
you shake my nerves and you ride them.
Speaking of which, I cannot wait for Top Gun 2 to come out.
Can you not?
It was supposed to come out last Christmas and then COVID, and then I just want the movie.
That Wyatt says that he has Zoom that you gave me, and you have your number, and send me the room ID. Ooh. Let's talk about that Top Gun thing. Well, I try to figure out how to find this information. It's been a while, my man. It's been a while since that information has been provided.
No,
So-
but like Top Gun was my ex introduced me to it, and ever since I've been obsessed with it. It was just a movie I had never watched. It was from the 80s. I was born in 96.
You've never seen the original Top Gun?
I have now.
Oh, okay.
But like I was like 20 when I first saw it. Or was I 19, 20, something like that? Like I was an adult before I ever saw it.
Mhm.
So
I had it on VHS. Please tell me you know what a VHS is.
oh, I had Bambi on VHS. I had Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on VHS. I had Ariel. I had Little Mermaid on VHS and Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea on VHS. I had a stack this high of tapes.
We know.
I
Good.
ruined 3 copies of Spirit.
I think the abuse that I gave to a VHS was as a child at least was Mary Poppins. The Mary Poppins VHS tape would not play anymore due to my incessant viewings of it. So
Yeah, I burned through 3 copies of Spirit.
okay.
Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron was my all-time favorite movie as a kid.
I did that with the Rugrats movie. With
Oh yeah, with
the
the
orange
big,
tape.
or yeah, the bright orange tape. You knew
Yep.
exactly which one it was in the stack. There was no mistaking it. I also burned through several copies of The Land Before Time.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, dude, Land Before
Hello,
Time,
Thor.
man. You want to talk about a tearjerker?
Man, that first movie as a kid, I had like my stuffed animal. I was like, oh my god.
What about the Pizza Hut puppets? Are you old enough to remember the Pizza Hut puppets? Yeah. Matt, you're like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right? The little hand puppets
Yep.
from Pizza Hut. Littlefoot,
yeah.
Sarah, Sharp Tooth,
Petrie.
Petrie.
That's
That's
they tried to tease me with that all the time. That and pee on trees.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, yeah, I pee on trees. I'm Petrie.
Fox and the Hound. Look at Patrick dating
Oh,
us now.
Fox and the Hound was
the
good.
Oh my
Mighty Ducks,
god.
Homeward Bound, the
Homeward
Goonies.
Bound.
Come on now. Come on. Hey, you guys. Come on now.
Howdy doody.
Now, that's way older than even me. What are you talking about? Howdy doody.
I was raised
It's
by my
howdy
grandparents.
doody time. You probably know that from the Back to the Future movie, where that little clip of the scene was included.
I've actually
in-
never seen Back to the Future.
Fraggle Rocks. That was a good show.
I've actually never seen it, but I have seen the original. I can see the
Man,
original Howdy Doody.
it's howdy do shit.
Oh, there goes your accent.
Man, look, what accent, dude? Like, not even from the South. Thanks to the howdy doody shit. Like, Nostalgia Valley is right, Patrick. Do the truffle shuffle, like Wyatt says. Do the truffle shuffle. Like,
Oh my God.
no. Do I want to get no? Like, no.
The truffle shuffle. Oh my God. That was
Thunder
that's
Horse
OG
had sharp
YouTube.
tooth. Yes. Like, I remember having sharp, dude. I remember like I had the sharp tooth one. I had Petrie. Look at was that Jean-Luc Picard with Mjolnir?
Yes.
What kind of interdimensional,
AU is
cross-dimensional AU is this? What the f- is going on right now with this?
Okay,
What
I've got a
incarnation?
question, and this is for anybody watching my version of the live stream or anybody on YouTube. Has anybody seen Loki and is it actually good?
I watched the first episode and it was okay.
Because like I've never been a big Marvel fan. I've always been more DC, but this one's actually got me a little curious and I'm thinking about reinstating my Disney Plus subscription for it.
Watch What If. What If? I just watched the first episode of that and it was amazing.
What's it about?
Alternate superheroes by Captain Carter. She takes the superhero serum instead of Steve Rogers, and Steve Rogers gets an Iron Man suit called the Hydra Stomper. Yeah. The first episode, it was awesome. I loved it.
Okay, then might have to give that a shot.
Epic Level Wizard. I think
I've
that's David.
I've been
poem guy.
binging I've been binging Supernatural. And I must say, for like a Hollywood done a cult-based show, they really honestly did their research. Like, obviously, you can't take everything in there as factual. But for the good majority, you could tell that they actually did look into the lore of whatever creature or demon that they were trying to portray in that episode. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. It is Hollywood dramatization, after all. But
Yeah.
on the whole, I can respect it. It's not like other shows like Charmed is just kind of way off in left field a little bit. Although I got to give it up to Charmed. It is what got me interested in Wicca and paganism to begin with. And then that eventually led me to the path I'm on now. So it was a part of it. But now looking back, I'm just like, they got some things wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna step away for just a second, but like one of the things that I've been binging on really recently is like the late 2000s. It's on Netflix now, but Merlin. Am I like late to the party with Merlin? You guys know what I'm
I
talking about?
haven't watched that in forever.
I
So-
think
I've
I
never
was too
seen
young.
it. It's like late 2000s or so, but I'm kind of digging it right now. I'm gonna step away for just a second, but I'll be back in like a minute. But like that's kind of what I'm vibing on here lately, and I'm like, truthfully, like all about it. Like it's got me sucked in at an ignorant level. But I'll be like back in like a minute. You guys just keep on doing your thing.
I got you with
Have
a
fun,
Hey You
everybody.
video.
Huh.
Hey you. Yes, you. We are loved. We do matter. We are worthy. We are not a burden. No, we're not. Most importantly, tomorrow would not be the same without us. That's me and you. I love you guys. Each and every one of you. Y'all go have some water. Go have some water.
I think I've had enough. I'm on my second one for the day. These are a half gallon each.
All right, Patrick, we'll see you around. Thank you for jumping around.
I unfortunately can't have the YouTube chat up as well as my Twitch chat because I don't have a second screen.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with it, but I have to back out and refresh, back out and refresh, back out and refresh.
Social media hates you.
Don't tell me what to do, Matt. I don't care. Go have some damn water. Have your water. Have your water now. I don't care if it's old water that's been sitting around for a couple weeks with some berries and some yeast and some shit in it. Just go have your water.
Drink your water or I clobber you with the hydro jug.
You're gonna take this water.
You're gonna drink the water. You're gonna like it. Aggressive help.
Oh. Yeah, we've got 2 more items we need to move. Let's do that. Sell those last
2 more
2
items we need to move. I just rolled into what happened.
Yep.
Well,
I did
we
a hey
were,
you video.
and then somebody said, "Don't tell me what to do." And I told them if they didn't drink their water, I'd clobber them with the hydro jug.
If you're not hydrated, you will die. Let's just
I'm gonna write a
get down
poem
to the
about my
science of
bald
it. You
head.
know?
Please do. Write me a poem about my bald head. I'll plaster it everywhere. Might even get it tattooed on my bald head.
You're beautifully bald, dude. Don't let
Yes,
anybody tell you otherwise.
Definitely beautifully bald.
Write a poem about
could-
Matt's bald head. Well, while you do that, epic level wizard, consider supporting the live stream. Not just a live stream, matter of fact, what we're
He's
doing
David.
tonight.
He writes all the poems.
Oh, it's David.
That's David.
Is this David?
Yeah.
David.
That's David.
Epic
That's
level
my poem
wizard.
guy.
Look at me talking all kinds of mad smack to the man of the hour. Join the live stream. I'm like, hey, who the heck is this? You might want to buy some stuff to help. No. What's up, David? No, for real. What up, dude? What up, dude? You know. But thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Your streaming support is greatly appreciated. We do have a couple of items left. We still got the Sowalu, rune necklace that Matt made. It's hand carved, as you know. It's torched with fire and sealed with beeswax. And we've got his lovely Mjolnir pendant, $25 each. If you want to get it, it's donate send the payment to the
PayPal.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that. I can't speak. I'm
English
trying to
number
hear
one.
it. Mother English. Do you speak it? Yeah, you get it.
It's hot in here.
What he says, white snake. Wait a second. Thunder Horse says, white snake kicks ass. That's awesome, man. What did I miss? Somebody make a white snake reference. Here I go again.
On my own.
That one. That's the
Oh,
biggest. Like
Wyatt.
that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of white snake.
Tell me on the road.
Wyatt said
I've
also,
ever
whoever asked if I
known.
had a relation to David, do you mean Whitesnake? Yes, he's my cousin or something. I've never met him in real life, though, or my life.
I like David because he posts stuff about pipe tobacco and things that are right up my alley. I'm like, oh, cool. You got the info and the stuff that I want to, tap into when it comes to all that kind of thing, pipe tobacco and cigars and
Can I show
You know.
those? Is that against community standards? Showing those
hey,
tobacco pipes?
Tobacco pipes are fine.
yeah.
I've been working
not?
on some stuff.
Why not?
Those
I
are
don't smoke
cool.
indoors, but I've got a number of. I don't even know the brands of the pipes that I've got because I've only acquired them through antique stores or gifts. But here's a cool thing.
I've carved
What
it
the
for
heck is
you. Two.
Those are awesome.
Then I got in trouble because you have to have a tobacco license to sell those.
My wife got me this for, I don't remember what the occasion was. I think it was my birthday.
Oh yeah, that's epic.
Oh, that is like full on Gandalf vibes.
Yeah, dude. This is like full on wizard shit right here, man.
That's epic.
There's my one S bomb for the live stream. But yeah, it's full on, flat out, dude. Like,
That is
and it
awesome.
works. And it works, and I've used it, and it's good.
That is amazing.
David Coverdale joining the live stream. Epic level wizard, flat out, Aussie reviews. Not a sponsor, not trying to make any copyright claims, but yeah, you get it.
Just trying to have a joke.
Just try to have some fun here, man. Just trying to have some fun here, you know.
Can you do Shaggy?
Don't come after here. Like, do I do Shaggy, man? Like, no, I don't do Shaggy, but I don't think you want to hear my Shaggy, dude.
Zoinks.
That Shaggy? Zoinks!
That was on point.
Like, am I about to be demonetized here, Scoob? Because I don't even know, man. Love the pipes, Big Cat 71. Well, the pipes are, you know, what do you got to say? Like, what do you say? Like, you love the pipes. Like, the pipes are, I don't know. What do you say to that? Like, I love the pipes too.
I want
man.
some bagpipes.
Like,
I have a pipe.
bagpipes?
I have a pipe, but I'm not 100% sure if I can show it. So instead, I'll show this really cool rose quartz crystal incense holder I got.
Yeah. Rose quartz. All about the crystals, man.
Yes,
I got all
this
kinds of
one
crystals on mine.
is a incense holder, so it has a very, very small hole.
If only Jesse had a neck beard, he'd look even better with that pipe. Thanks, Wyatt, I think. I just shaved recently because, first of all, I can't grow a beard. I've tried. I've literally gone months without shaving, and it's an absolute trailer park disaster. When all of this over here tries to grow out, this is it. This is it. You know, I'm not gonna be an old, you know, fantastical looking wizard when I get old. I'm gonna be this, you know, Wish version of Willie Nelson. That's what I've reduced myself to. When I'm 80 years old, I'm going to be the Wish version of Willie Nelson, which, you know, Willie Nelson looks like the Wish version of himself. But so I don't even know what that translates to for me.
Wish version of Willie Nelson or not, you're still totally somebody I'd pass the backwoods tobacco with.
There you go. There you go. You know what? That's all I could ever ask for. If it ain't, you know, if you wouldn't skip me, I'm good with that. Rock what you got is what Big Cat says. Bagpipes, though. Let's talk about bagpipes because I don't know why, but Matt said it.
Ooh, bagpipes. So there's
Bagpipes.
this really cool song that's played on bagpipes.
Yeah.
It's called Iridium.
That's cool. I like the Power Rangers theme song on bagpipes.
And
Ooh,
you should look it
Snake
up.
Charmer. What's her name? That Indian chick that does it. Yeah.
Her.
What's it called? Iridium?
Yeah, Iridium.
Like R-I or I-R?
I-R.
I-D-I-U-M?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I-R-I-D-I-U-M.
It's too early for me to be getting sleepy. What the hell?
Yeah, Matt. For real.
It's only 8:48 over here.
It's 9:48 here.
I'm in Central Time Zone. I am in
Same.
the cornfields over in Iowa.
I'm
I'm in
sorry.
the cornfields of Vermont.
Actually, it's
I saw
quite
something
nice.
that said Iowa. Is this heaven? No, it's Iowa. And then somebody said, hell no, this is hell.
It's actually not that bad. I've been living here since last October.
Oh, wait, you voluntarily relocated to Iowa?
Yes.
That's a first.
Well, I kind
That
of just
I've known
crash
of.
landed here
Oh,
semi-voluntarily. I could have
it was
left.
like, well, I'm here or I'm not.
I could have left and like tried to go somewhere else. And then I said, fuck it, work with what you got.
Yeah. I used to travel a lot across the country, and there were certain states and certain places that I would land and end up that were like not my favorite places, just because of how like I wasn't staying there for any great length of time. I was just traveling through. Kansas was one of them. Iowa, I think I stayed there a couple of times, and I was like, you know, like
Not the worst.
nothing to write home
best.
about, but you know, it ain't the worst, it ain't the best. Like I think the worst place I ever stayed, though, for like just like an overnight stay or whatever, like the worst like town or whatever was one of the worst places. Two of the worst. I'm gonna give you two. One was Sierra Blanca, Texas, which is like in the middle of BFE. You're like a stone's throw away from the Mexican border. You ain't got nothing to eat except for like truck stops and fast food. And like you just literally, 30 miles away from anything of resembling civilization. So you're just like
You
stuck
might
in the
find it-
desert.
You might find a decent taco truck.
If you're
Later,
lucky. Like
Thunder.
there was a place that I ate in Sierra Blanca that, or actually within a couple of miles of Sierra Blanca, that was supposedly like the best rated Mexican joint. Like John Madden was like a big fan of this place. Like it's literally on their website. It's called Chewy's or something. And I went there. I'm like, you're literally serving me tacos with like canned chicken or whatever. It was terrible. I'm like, why the hell is John Madden raving about this place? It's terrible. It's garbage. Like it's an insult to the Mexican culture, like as a whole. I'm like, why would you even? And then the other terrible place that I stayed was, believe it or not, Wisconsin. I want to say it was like, what's one of the like Chippewa Falls. Shout out Jack from Titanic. He's always talking about Chippewa Falls or whatever. Like Chippewa Falls can eat my taint for all I care, because that place was terrible. Like their hotels were like a baby could kick the door in at their hotels. Like it was a literal, like it was a key. Like, you know how like hotels have like key cards? Like, no, they gave you a literal brass key to your hotel. And it was like paneling or whatever. Like their doors are made of like the cheapest crap of paneling that you could find. And I'm like, a baby could kick this door down. Like, okay, granted, it was like $45 a night, and maybe that was my fault, but still, I'm like, it's Chippewa Falls, man. Like, come on. So that
So-
and
My
That
ex was
was-
a truck driver, so I was constantly on the road. I have seen but like I think 8 of the lower 48.
okay.
It's it's easier to name the states I have not been to. Let's leave
Right.
it at that. And I'll say some of my favorite places. I absolutely loved driving through Utah.
Oh man, Utah, love Utah.
The reason I loved driving through Utah is when we started getting like in towards town, towards our destination, which was a Hershey's chocolate plant. And yes, we did get free candy.
Like Hershey's, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
a
I've been
plant out
there.
in Utah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, they've got plants all over the country. The main one obviously is in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and that's actually where the load originated from.
Yeah.
It was coming from Hershey's, Pennsylvania to one of the packing plants in Utah.
Did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yes, we got free chocolate.
That's never a bad thing.
They just like handed up a box with COVID and everything. They're just like, take what you want. We just went boop, boop, boop.
On like a stick or whatever, they're like, here, just take it.
Here's the box. Holding
It's
it all the
probably
way out.
expired, but we don't know. But good luck.
Actually, no, we checked. It was all in date.
Hey, yeah,
It's
there
how
you
they
go.
it's just how they treat the truckers. Like, hey, you've hauled all this shit. You should at least get a little something.
Right.
But leading up to it, as we were getting closer to town, people have like backyards in like Iowa or like Tennessee, Ohio. They're typically kind of expansive, maybe fenced in. They have space, and it's typically a good bit more widthwise than lengthwise.
Mhm.
In Utah, they have yards that aren't very, very wide, but they're super long and skinny. And every single yard at the back has like a little shelter. and everybody has horses in their backyard.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, maybe I should move to Utah.
What part of Utah was this?
It wasn't Salt Lake. It was, I think, southeastern.
So like Moab, the canyons and all that area down in there.
Hang
Maybe.
on.
Because I stayed in like the Salt Lake region, Ogden, which is I think about
Ogden.
30 miles south of Salt Lake.
Ogden.
Was it Ogden?
It was Ogden.
So Ogden is not too far from Salt Lake, but it's not quite as far southeast as like Moab. Fun fact, Moab, Utah. You guys ever seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Not in a
All
long
those
time.
big canyons and stuff
Yeah.
that are in that movie. That's where that movie was filmed, was in Moab, Utah. And I've been there, and it's beautiful. But it's a totally different landscape than as you get into like the mid-sense area of the state. So Ogden is, I think, about a half an hour south-ish of Salt Lake City. Like you're far enough away from the major, like from there, but you're still considered, I forget what county it's called, but Ogden, I used to stay there all the time. And but like Moab was like my favorite place because of the funny story. I intentionally tried to eat cactus in Moab, Utah.
How'd that go for
Yep.
you?
Not as good as I was hoping. So I'm like, oh, if I just, if I cut away the surface of it and I, eat the guts of the inside of the cat, and like, trust me, I'm literally like driving down the road. My partner and I were like, let's go hike up this random canyon space. You know what I mean? Like it was like just there was nothing there, like no path or whatever. So I'm like, oh, there's cactus growing. You can eat this shit. Let me cut some of it off and well, suffice it to say, I had, like those fine hair spines or whatever that ended up in my mouth.
Oh no.
Did not feel good. Do not recommend. So yeah, as a general public service announcement, do not pull off the side of the road in Moab, Utah, and randomly think that you can eat cactus off of the side of the road. Would not recommend it.
0 out of 10 would not recommend.
First of all, yeah. First of all, it didn't taste good, and I'm like, well, if I was, facing survival out here, I guess I, might get some nutritional value out of this. But this is shit. Like this was horrible. Like I got spines in my mouth. Doesn't taste good. I didn't really eat anything anyway. I just suffered. And I realized that I should probably watch less, Bear Grylls episodes as a result.
But yeah, no, my thoughts were because before this, I had taken about a year off and had worked as a hot walker with thoroughbred racehorses.
Oh, wow.
I started down in Hot Springs, Arkansas, then continued up to the Indiana Grand in Shelbyville, Indiana, which is just, I believe, east of Indianapolis. And I worked both of those tracks. I've gotten to meet big names like Bob Baffert. Misguided, yes, he is. Cheating happens all the time in horse racing, and unfortunately, most barns participate in it in some form or fashion. Thankfully, mine didn't. But I met Bob Baffert, Steve Asmussen, he's a Hall of Fame trainer as well. Ron McQuett. Who else? Lots of jockeys, people who were coming back for tours, like, oh my God, it's, whatever jockey's name was. And I'm just like, oh, hey, Villafranco.
I feel like that's a really niche thing to like fan girl over a jockey. Like, cause I mean, like horse racing and betting.
Equestrians.
Oh yeah. Like my sister has well, maybe not recently, but over the years, like my sister used to be in the equestrian circuit when it came to not racing horses, but English riding hunter jumper class.
Oh wow, hunter jumper.
Horsers. Yeah, hunter jumper classes. So like there were some thoroughbred
OTTBs.
breeds that would come through their boarding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they would board up. But the thoroughbreds were the pain in the butts of the breeds. Like they were so dramatic and they were so hard to
thoroughbreds
deal
are
with.
thoroughbreds are sass, but I got
Big
my
time.
CB handle while I was on the track. I came in with minimal horse knowledge. I had been around horses as a kid. That was about the extent of it.
Yeah.
I finally got one barn to, be like, we'll give you your shot.
Mhm.
Took 4 days of being up there at 5 a.m. and walking around the barns to see if anybody needed a hot walker. So that's for dedication of wanting to get into the horse industry. And I think that's why this one barn gave me a shot, is because I was just up there every day and they kept seeing me.
Yeah.
And I guess determination wins out in the end.
It speaks a lot for sure. And I think in that industry, the person that I knew who was in the business and are actually still in the business of boarding and training, hunter jumper class horses. And like it's a totally niche. I'm trying to find like the right words, but it's like you got to be a specific type of person to get into that and excel and want to be even involved in that level of things with the equestrian field. Because I don't know, man, like they went and they spent I don't know how many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with their boarding facility. Like I would venture to say that their living arrangements for the horses
It's probably
are better than some people's arrangements for living.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, you know what I mean?
Moquette,
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Matt. I love in Wyatt's thing where he's talking about blazing out of a bagpipe, smoking that 4-leaf clover. You funny, bro. You funny.
Well, the thing is,
Can
the
I do
reason
that with
that
a
I got
bagpipe?
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way. Sorry, Angel, but has it been done? We don't know. Can it be done? We'll find out.
I need a bagpipe.
Hey,
now.
you give somebody the backwoods tobacco and no way to imbibe it, and they will become an engineer.
Seriously.
Yep.
And yes, I just worded that around terms of service.
Right.
But the way I got my handle was I was obviously the greenhorn. And from, I wouldn't say day one. Day one, I had like a couple of problems. Nothing major happened. Just kind of learning like how the flow goes, how to put on the blanket, that type of thing. Especially taking the horse into the wash rack and out of the wash rack.
Yeah.
Those were kind of the things that I was like on. After a couple of days, those jitters got away, and then it became very apparent that I could handle just about any horse in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And
Religious
after a few
purposes,
weeks,
not science.
for a few after a few weeks, I had obviously gained at least a little bit of respect, being able to come in with like zero thoroughbred knowledge and be able to handle every horse in the barn.
Yeah.
And one day after all said and done, I'm finishing up putting in feed, sweeping out the barn, all that fun stuff. This older gentleman asked if he could get me lunch, and I was headed up to the cafeteria anyway. I was like, you know what? Sure. Thanks. And sit down and get to talk. And he's like, I've been, watching how you've been doing. I know you're a little new around here, and I got to say, you're really, really good with the horses. I'm like, thanks. Just comes naturally, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And got to talking, chit-chatting, got to trucking somehow. I forget how we even got there. Turns out he actually used to be a truck driver and started working the horse tracks because he missed the like traveling nomadic bit of being a truck driver.
Right. Yeah.
And conversation goes on to ask me if I had a CB handle, and I'm like, yeah, not yet. Something that's earned or given to you. It's not something you choose.
Sure. And
he was like, I think it should be horsepower because you have a superpower with those horses.
Interesting.
And it fits within the industry too.
Was this
So-
before your and I have a reason for asking, but was like this before your interest or approach to heathenry as a whole? Did this occur before all that?
A little bit, yeah. It wasn't very long after, but it was a little bit before. Because it was actually Damien Odinson who introduced me to
Tank.
this side of the world.
I
Yeah,
know.
Tank.
Yeah.
Tank.
It was Tank. He introduced me to this side of pagan beliefs. I was at the time pagan, but I wasn't really sure what path I was going down. I was existing in the moment.
I guess the reason why I was asking is just because of the connection between this like specific pagan path and the sort of sacredness or connection with horses specifically, Sleipnir, but we also see in some historical contexts and sources of the, sacrifices being made that incorporated horses as part of it. Plus, you got to look at the value of horses at the time in ancient heathen worldviews of things. Like they were literally the method of transportation. They were beasts of burden, right? So they would plow, they would do all these various things that were very important to the society and to the people at the time, and how where they've become more of a or I guess largely how they've become in the equestrian sport as a means of entertainment and as a means of sport. But the connection between the horse and rider, because I've ridden horses and I've taken riding classes in the English style, and I always found it fascinating how much the horse and the rider have to connect to successfully execute certain behaviors and certain actions. It was like it gets down to how you sit in the saddle and
If
where your
you're not
head
in
turns and where your eyes even look, because you may not move your head, but your eyes look a certain way, and how your eyes are connected to your spinal and how sensitive the horse is to understand, like if they're trained in that way to know, like if I look a certain way, they know that I'm trying to turn a certain way. Like it's fascinating, and it's really incredible to know that the sensitivity that these animals have between themselves and the handler or the rider at the time.
I think that was part of the reason that I was so good at what I had to do, which honestly, what I had to do in of itself was a simple enough task. I was basically an oversized dog walker. Mm-hmm. I would walk the horse around the barn in a circle for 15 minutes. During that time, I would also hold it for its rinse down so they could get all the sweat and dirt and everything off after training. And then I'd walk it a little bit more, put it in its stall, close the door, and give it hay. And my job description was very simple. Some horses make that job description very difficult for some people. However, it got to the point where if a horse was getting rowdy, they'd have me switch off, we'd switch handlers and that horse would calm right down.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like how they behave between certain people.
And it was for all the horses in the barn for me. And it was just because I always, like, before the day started, after the day was over, I took time with each horse. If they were, willing to come to me, I'd give them some head pats. I'd bring in carrots for them. So long as the horse didn't have a race that day, carrots were fine. And I got that approved by the trainer. He's like, yeah, nope, that's totally fine. Go for it. Mm-hmm. And, I'd buy carrots, I'd bring them in, I'd spend time with each horse. And when I started living in the barn above in the apartments above the barn, if I couldn't sleep at night, I'd go downstairs and talk to him. And it got to the point where one of the horses, I called him Tails. His full name was Tails of War. I could just sling the lead over my shoulder. He'd like rest his head on my shoulder and we'd just walk. And he was the chillest horse ever. Like if I could, at the retirement age, get a horse, I would want to get him because he was the sweetest horse. Also got to the I also got to that point with one of the horses in Indiana, Drink at the Creek. I got to be there with her first win of the season. I was the one who, got to take her down, and I was the race walker for her. And ever since that, she was just like super chill with me. She was a dream to work with. And I think it was, that little bit of a connection. She's like, obviously by the praise and everybody being happy and, showering her with love. Obviously she knows, well, yep, I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
So
it's reactive type of things for sure. But they are super intelligent animals. Like,
oh my goodness.
Like the attitude, the behaviors, the mannerisms, but the intelligence that these animals possess. And when you invest that time, and it makes me think, like Ehwaz as a rune, you know what I mean? The connection between the horse and the rider, the journey, as it were. When you look at certain metaphysical aspects of heathenry and you look at names of things like Ehwaz is a rune of journey. It's a rune of connection between the realms as I see it. And with the name of hell, where we look at hell as a figure of presiding over the afterlife, right? You have the H rune, the Hagalaz rune, and you have the Lagus rune, the L rune. At the end, you have hell, the A, the E, that sound, that phenom, the Ehwaz rune in between. So you have Hagalaz, Ehwaz, and Lagus. There's this, it's interesting to me to think about the aspects of the horse and the ride. It's like there's a journey that happens between the realms when hell is incorporated and when hell is invoked and when hell is involved, because you've got sacred and profane. You got two different connections. You got two different spaces. You have a sacred space and you have a profane space. And from traveling from one to the other, in the middle, literally in the middle, is Ehwaz. It's the ride. It's a road. It's a journey to that place. So I don't know. I think about these things too, and I look at so many things physically in the real world from happening now, and I look at it as in my heathen worldview as like these animals, these figures, these and the animalistic aspect, the animism in heathenry is, I think, something that is very present, but maybe not 100% or largely focused on. And I don't know, like I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole a little bit with what we're talking about when it comes to like literal animals. Like, it's a friggin' horse, dude. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going down to this like woo-woo type stuff, but I don't know. Like, I think about that type of stuff. Like, that's the animism aspect in real time. The connection between the horse and the rider, the connection between two beings as being the catalyst, or as being the driver, as it were, to connect with things that are unseen, from the seen to the unseen. So I don't know what anybody thinks that's participating or want to share their thoughts about such a thing, but
This
that's
is
just me.
why I enjoy
I love
talking
it.
to you.
Yes, you fall down rabbit holes, and I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, and by the
Dan's got a
way,
point. Yeah, that's the Loki moment.
Oh, a video with David would be cool.
yeah,
My chat
If
just refreshed.
horses are cute, but I think I prefer the water bear. The water bear is what David's saying.
Wyatt said he's taking over your stream.
Oh no, Wyatt's saying the water bear. Sorry, I was missing the comments, but yeah. The only horse I was ever around were your uncle's show horse, never rode them yourself. Yeah, I mean, like, one doesn't encompass all, right? Per se, it's just the idea, the animistic aspect of it. That these are beasts of burden. They carry certain things. It could be they carry a plow or they carry a cart. Look at Rido, the journey, right? Led by the horse, as it were, in ancient times at least. Like you can't go anywhere without something that drives it. You can't. We live in times now where carts are drawn by horsepower without a physical animistic, like without the physical animal that does it. Like in ancient times, like if you had to go anywhere, you either hoofed it yourself on your own 2 feet, or you got on a cart, or you got on the back of an animal to do it, and it took you there. So I think that there's like that, huh?
I shared a meme the other day that was the top picture was a horse-drawn buggy. And the bottom picture was a horse getting into a horse carriage thing, the trailer, and it said "Well played, horses." From where they were
right.
They used to draw exactly.
Yeah.
They went from the transport to being transported.
Yep.
Right. I don't know. It's just like there's been some things going on in my own personal life that extend to like what Matt's showing right now, like then and now. Like when I think about the journey, when I think about what a journey means, it's the journey doesn't like the journey is we live in a certain space and time, right? We live in profane space and time, and certain elements of our existence are only encapsulated with what we can relate to. But the journey doesn't end just because we can't see it beyond a certain tangible element. You know what I mean? And I talk about things, and what I like, so things like I'm referring to are like the afterlife or death and things beyond what we can tangibly hold on to. The journey continues. It's still part of the journey. It's just not as tangible. It's not as something that we can be like relatable to, because we live in a profane space and we live in times and space that we can only relate to. But the existence of what's beyond is not negated only because we can't connect to it. Does that make sense? Like, am I like,
No,
what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So like with the correlation of the horse and the ride and the journey and things like that, like that's where I think like animism comes into place. Like, and we see that in aspects of the soul complex within this particular path of heathenry and paganism. It's like parts of ourselves exist, parts of our soul are classified beyond what we tangibly see, the philia, the familiar aspect of the animistic realm. You know what I mean? Like, look at Odin. When you look at like the ravens and the wolves and some of these other animistic aspects of a god. Why was that a thing? Why was that looked at as a thing? Why were these elements, why were these animals, at least I should say, connected to something of the sacred realm, right? At the time, with the people at the time, it was like, well, these were, things that they could tangibly connect with. We look at the ravens as corvids, as a connection between the living and the dead, because they literally feast on the flesh of the slain, of the dead. You know what I mean? So there's that very visceral, as it were, connection between physical living and living beyond what the physical is. It's all very woo-woo type stuff, and it's pretty deep, but
mystical, magical.
Yeah.
Tiny,
yeah, that's the kind of
wobbly,
that's the
wobbly
stuff that I could like literally sit up for hours talking about and getting
You
down.
you get too deep down that rabbit hole, and the stream's gonna be 8 hours long, and it's gonna be sunrise, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, dang."
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's plan that sort of thing. Let's freaking get down that rabbit hole. Let's
get David down here.
Let's do it, man. But tonight's live stream is about raising some funds. You guys have been awesome. I just got to say, everybody that's been here and been participating in it. Thank you, Patrick. It says, want to say, mentioning your channel. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick Walsh has been a phenomenal support. Good friend. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take away from the reality of it. Like Patrick's, I talk to him almost every day. Like we talk about. He sends me some really funny things, like TikTok videos or whatever. I love that kind of stuff. And this is reality. This is us in real time. We accomplished a lot tonight, and gosh, like how long have we been streaming for? It's 20 minutes past.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours almost. Like we've done a lot of really awesome things. Like Matt has been here. Thank you, Angel, for jumping in here and being a part of this and talking about it. We still got a couple of items left. I'm happy to keep it going, but we got a Sowaloo necklace. I don't see any new participants joining in, but you guys share it out. Let us know. I got nothing else going on right now. I didn't say like we're gonna cut it off at a certain time, but it has been 2.5 hours. So, in the interest of everyone's time and stuff like that, I'm happy to kind of wrap things up a bit and say thank you. First of all, thank you, because we've accomplished a lot tonight. We've got a lot of support for my in-laws. We still have, like I said, a rune necklace and a Mjolnir necklace. If you guys are interested and you want to get it, it's still up for grabs. Please reach out to me directly on Midgard Musings, either through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I will probably get those direct messages, but I don't monitor Instagram so closely. So if you want to get me in real time, direct message me through Facebook, Twitter, or send me an email, midgardmusingstn@gmail.com. So I want to just say, thank you to everyone who's been here on this live stream. It's been a long time since we've done something like this. The live streams on YouTube have been few and far between. A lot of things have happened in my life that have, impacted the frequency of these sort of things, but got a lot of positive feedback tonight, and I'm newly invigorated to get this sort of thing back up and running and get more people involved. So it's all about the community. It's all about heathens helping heathens. And I want to say thank you to Matt Petrie for donating his items for this live stream. And thank you, Angel, because this was like a random introduction of you here on the channel to be a part of this. So it was fun. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you.
I like how we were talking about her before, though, because I was telling him about how you helped me set up my Twitch stuff, and then
we did. Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. Like there's this, constant feed in the live chat or whatever, and the next thing you know, like the face to the name kind of becomes a part of it. So your inclusion and your addition to getting your Twitch followers and everybody. So if this is still out there on Twitch, my thanks to you as well.
I've had 2 or 3 people in and out of my chat. There's been some support in here, so.
Well, what I'd like to see is we get something regularly going. It would be awesome. I think if it can help the pagan community at whole or at large. David has asked to be a part of this thing as well, I think.
You want to do a monthly thing? We could. I'd be down for a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Same. I've got Fridays and Saturdays off of work.
Yeah. That's a huge that's a huge thing, you know, and like a once a month sort of thing where we get like a massive presence of people where you're just like, let's talk about stuff, you know. It'd be really fun. I think it'd be great.
Show off all of our ultra things, new witchy
yeah.
finds.
See what kind of, like, you know, rabbit holes we go down, because here I am just spouting off on some other random things and people are like, yeah, whatever, dude, you know. But
and then there's me and Bad Her just like
right,
like absorbing.
right.
I love listening to Jesse talk about runes. I could do it all day.
Same.
When he would go live and do the rune burnings, I'd come in and I'd be in the chat trying to talk, but I'd be carving, normally making rune sets.
Yeah. Well, like that was awesome too, because like literally at the beginning of this stream, you know, like people were, you know, like you carved out something, you carved out two things within, you know, under a half an hour, and like it's fun, like it's really good, it's wholesome. I think it's beneficial to all of us in so many different ways, and I want to see that celebrated and continued, you know, with not just the audience that we have here, but abroad. So yeah, I want to say thank you. Patrick wants to be a part of it too, but yeah, so thank you all so much for you know, being part of this. I'm keenly aware of the interest. I want to celebrate it. You guys know the contact information. If you're just tuning in, watching, head down into the description. So a special thank you and a special shout out to, first of all, Matt from Odin's Beard Woodworking for contributing to the items that we were able to sell tonight to help my in-laws. And thank you to Angel with your channel and your Twitch audience for being a part of this as well. There should be more coming forth from this. I definitely want to pursue that. And thank you to all the listeners, viewers, and participants. You know, so thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Thunder Horse. Thank you, Troy Hartman. Thank you to Farland. Thank you to everybody that's named and unnamed. You guys make the magic happen because you're a part of it all. Your comments, your shares, your views, everything makes it all happen. So we're going to go ahead and end the live stream tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up. Please share, comment, like, subscribe, you know, the whole bit. But it's been awesome. So anybody else, you know, Angel, you're here. Matt, you're here. I'll roll the red carpet out for you both before we end it. Please share anything that you want to share at this time.
Well, I do want to say real quick, thanks for having me on tonight, Jesse. I know it was really impromptu and it's just like, hey, why not? So thanks for letting me get on here. I'm glad to be able to lend a support. I had Waffle Square, Playboy MK, and Sea Rough Tough in tonight, and they were in my chat giving some support, at least verbally, and you know, knowing that their thoughts are with you and everything, even if they weren't in the position to be able to get anything. Not everybody is, but sometimes it's just those thoughts that do count. And then I also do want to say I'm not getting off the live stream. I'm just hopping off the Zoom. If anybody here enjoys Minecraft, I'm going to be hopping on with my buddy Waffle Square, and we're going to be doing a co-stream in our realm. It sounds like he's building a dungeon. So if any of y'all want to come see some shenanigans, I'm Magic's Game Room on Twitch, and you can come have some fun with me.
Thanks, Angel.
Thank you.
Matt, you have anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah. Hey, you. Yes, you. We are loved. We do matter. We are worthy. We are not a burden. And most importantly, tomorrow would not be the same without us. That's me and you. I love you. Y'all have a wonderful night. And don't forget your water.
Stay hydrated, everybody. If you
Drink
don't
your
stay
water.
hydrated, you will die. Thank you all so much to my guests, my participants, everybody that supported so far. You all are awesome. And until we talk again, hail, and may your hearth fires always continue to burn bright.